Now we will see how to make a layout, a time-scaled logic diagram layout, TSLD, from scratch. So you click on the plus sign, then you click on TSLD. So create or open time-scaled logic diagram. So then you will select your project from the enterprise. So we will select this one as a sample. It's called Harbor Point. So you click on the arrow, then you click next. So now here you have three options: either create a new from scratch, which we will do in this video, or you can create new from existing. There is the three global standard layouts in the database, or this is created by myself for our course CM6310. So either you can create a new from existing, so you can use the previous options in this layout and create a new one, and you will enter a new name, or you can open from existing and you will open the previous one but for the selected project, so the one we selected previously. So let's create new from scratch. It will be, we will call it P6 visualizer tutorial. So now you can select on options, or you can select on draw. If you select on options, if you click on options, so it will appear this one. So we have the time scale, we have the bars and labels, we have the lines, group and sort, filters, and page setup. So for time scale, there is the primary. So it's always preferred at least 7 days. So you can put 7 days, weeks, months, quarters, years. So this, it will show the layout from the project start date minus 7 days. So if the project starts on November 7, the layout will start from November 1st. And then the project finish. So the end of the layout will be the project finish plus 7 days. So also the background, it will show us on the top the calendar, year. You can select year, hour, shift, day name, day number. So it depends on how large your schedule. So you can change all of this. You can remove the week, you can keep it, you can put it on the bottom and the top. So we will keep now for this. For now we will keep all of them, then we will change it later. And also you can create a zoom area. If you click on the plus sign, so there is many, you can do many zoom areas, but zoom area 1. So for example, if you want to see, let's say 3 months look ahead, or specifically 3 months, so you can either project start, for example, to up to 3 months, or you can put current month or current week if you want to zoom on current week, like this one, for example. So we will keep it custom date because our schedule starts in September 2010 and it will end in September 2014. So for example, what we will do, we will focus, for example, on 2013 from February 4 and February 4/13. So we will go to 2013, March, April, up to May 6/13, for example, and zoom percentage 700%. And it will show the month in the zoom area with the sight lines, style 1. Interval frequency, it means every month there will be a line, as we will see when we save and draw. Then we will go to the, so this is the time scale, how you want your layout to show from which date till which date. Then if you go to bars and labels, so this is a very good tool. If it's your first time, it will be difficult to understand what all of this means. So actual work, it means for the activity, if the activity is already started or is in progress, it will be shown in a blue color. So it's a bar in blue color. And this is the full preview. So in the actual work, here it will show you what will be shown on the schedule. There will be the actual work, the remaining work, critical remaining work, milestone, summary, and the global levels. So the actual work, it will be shown as a blue bar, and you can change the properties, you can change the arrangement, which row it will be, row 2. For example, if we hit row 2, okay, we will do it for the baseline in a few minutes. And but you can change the color, the fill color. It's a gradient, you can make it solid or you can keep it gradient. The shape, use rounded edges, height 15, border if any, bar necking, filters. So you can put filters on which activity to show the actual work, and color by code. So for example, you can color bars by activity code value. So you can put milestones, key milestones, phase, or department. It depends on your the schedule you are using, if they have defined key milestones or department level. So this is the actual work. The remaining work, it will be shown in green to the right. And the same, you can change also the properties. The critical remaining work will be in red color, and it will be in the red line inside the green bar. So this is the critical remaining work. So this is the full preview. And let's say, for example, on the actual work, okay, if you go, this is the bars view. If you go to labels view, so this is the actual work. Let's assume, or let's, for example, you want to add here the start date. So you click on this square, you click on the plus sign, then here you see many options. You can write start, and you can see here the start is available now, the start date, and even you can change the properties. So it's now wrap text by 2 lines, or you can remove wrap text, and you can change the font. We will keep it for now. So this is for, and you can see now the full preview. So this is the actual work, or we can put it here because it wasn't clear on the full preview. So even here, so we'll remove it for now, and maybe we'll do it later. But as we can see, you can change the labels view. So for now, it will show the activity ID and the activity name. So if you want to add anything on the actual work, let's say here you want to add the start date. Let's try here. So maybe here not start. So it's shown in the middle. So how can we change that? So we can write horizontal and the font is why? Because it's on the actual work. So for example, we can put it on the remaining work. Actually, it's working now, you see. So if we go to actual work, here's the start date. And we can put the end date here. Or finish. So if we go here now, it's okay. So this is actual work, and you can see the bars view, it's a blue color. You can zoom and zoom in, zoom out, but it will not change the size on the layout. And the labels view, you can see the start and finish. And for remaining work, nothing on the labels view, but there is the bars view, and you can see it's a green color, and it will show the remaining work, and the critical remaining work, it will be, so this is the final preview or the full preview. So the milestone, it will be in this shape, and the summary. So if we go now to the global labels, nothing on the bars view, but if we go to labels view, we can see activity ID and activity name. So it's preferred, if you want for each activity to add the start and finish date, it's preferred to put it here instead of actual work, because if the activity doesn't have actual work, the start date and the finish date will not appear. So let's delete this one, and let's delete this one, and go to global labels, and we can add here start and finish. We can remove wrap text, and for start we can remove wrap text. So for the finish, actually the activity name, we can put it 3 lines, because sometimes the activity name is long. And the finish, actually we can remove it from here, and let's put it here at the end. And even the start, to make it consistent, we can add it here. So also, for example, if you want to add a new bar, we will name it baseline. And if you click on it, so now it's shown in a green color, so we want to change this. So if you go to properties, it's not current, so it will be primary baseline, let's say, and it will be, instead of row 1, we will put it in row 2. So I will show you how the difference. So we will make it solid, and we will make it this color. And you can see now it's already overlapped. So if we put here in the arrangement, if we put it row 2, then we click here, it will come in row 2 in the full preview. So it will come under the actual work and under the remaining work. So we added now a new bar, it's called baseline, and you can define it here. You can see percentage complete, actual, many options. Float you can add, late, negative float, performance. It depends on what you need to present to your client, or what you need to analyze on your schedule. And you can change in this options like the color, the shape, the border, and even you can color bars as we said by activity code. So we will keep this one, the baseline. And then we will go to lines. So lines, you can either remove the relationship lines or you can show the relationship lines. And also there you can select only driving relationship only, for example, or all of them. So non-driving, non-critical, it will be in black color. One, this style, start style, cap style, flat, square, round, triangle, end style. Driving, non-critical, and the critical in red color. So let's say you want to increase the thickness, and you will keep it solid line and the flat, and in this one also you have the option of quick routing. And the connections, so you can show the project ID, you can show the activity ID, or external relationships, or filtered activities, the data date, activity crew. You can show the border or you can remove it. So we'll keep the default now, only we will add the show relationship lines for now. And the group and sort. So this one, for example, if you want to group the activities by WBS, you will select WBS and it will show you by WBS level. And it will automatically change the color. And you can sort the activity, for example, by activity ID, and for example then by start date. You can add filters, you can create filters. For example, there is the standard. So for example, you want to show only critical, so then all selected filters, or you can keep all activities, show all activities. And the page setup. So now it's showing resolution, inches per day, and title block, spacing. So let me show you now how the layout will be presented. Then we will go back to some options, so it will be easier to see the difference between each option. So we will click on save and draw. You can see now, so it's big, it's a lot of scrolling left and right, and we can see it start from August 2010 and it's week. Then when the year finish, there is this black line, and the next year, and we can see each activity. So it will start with a milestone, building pad delivered by owner, then the successor will come here, so if you want to make it more presentable, or if you want to print it, you want to make number of horizontal sheets 1, let's say, and only on A3. So if we save and draw now, we can see now no scrolling left and right, and it's more organized because we sorted by activity ID. So this is the activity ID EC, and it's grouped by WBS. So this is the project name, then building 1, first WBS level, then the structure, then the roof, activities under the roof, then the envelope, then the interior finishes, then the roof and courtyard, then this is building 2. So you see the building 1 and building 2 same color. So this work breakdown structure under this building 1. but you can see here it's already congested. So what we can do, we can go to time scale and we can go to primary and we can remove the week. So we'll keep only the month and we will see how it looks now. If we click save and draw, it's better now if we see only the month, and we already put the start date and the end date on each activity. So 1 September 10, this activity will start and it will finish on 23 November 10. And this activity will start on 24 November 10 and it will finish on 13 December 10. So this December 15, 2010, and it will finish on January 31, 11. So let's say you want, instead of all of this empty space, what you can do, you can go to options and page setup, spacing. So the maximum rows to move activity above a related activity is 4. So if you put it 14, let's say, we can see now more activities is going up. So this will go here and then it will go upside. That way you will reduce the pages under and it will fill more activities to the right side of this activity. So if you increase it more, maximum rows to move activity above a related activity. So let's put it 40. You can see now more activities shown, but maybe it's little congested. So it depends on what's your target, on what schedule you have, or what the client needs. So this is the zoomed area. It's in violet color, and you can see here it's the weeks are shown. But in our case, we will remove the zoom area, and we will show the full schedule, a 4-year schedule, in one horizontal sheet. So we removed it, and now we can see from 2010 up to 2014 and all of the activities. So you can change the color of the start date, and let's change the color of the start date and the end date. So we go to bars and labels, and then we go to global labels. We click on the labels view. We click on start. Let's say we want the start date to be in orange color or brown, and the finish date in green color. So if we click save and draw, now we can see the difference between the start date, the finish date for each activity. And we can see this, the red color is the critical line, the red line. And let's say we don't want by WPS, so the group and sort, you go to group and you remove this one, so you delete it. If we click save and draw, options, so it's still here actually, so let's remove it. So now it's deleted, and then we click save and draw. You can see now it's more congested. Why? Because it's now organized only by the activity ID and then by start date. So let's say you want to group them by year. So there is this option. If you go to group and you can put by the start date, and then the group interval by year. You can even make a page break. So save and draw. So now first it will show 2010 separately and 2011. So it depends on what's your target or what results you need or your outcome. 2012, 2013, and 2014. So for us, we will keep it now by WBS, and the sort same by activity ID and by start date. So as we can see, also when we added we can see the baseline under each activity or each bar. So this one, for example, it's a blue color, it means already done, and it's almost as the baseline. The green color, it means remaining work, and this one, it's critical remaining work and the critical lines. So this is organized by WBS, building 1, structure 1. So now if we go to print preview, we clicked on number of horizontal sheet 1. So I think, yeah, this is the view now. So it's not very organized. So we will close the print preview and we go to options and we will go to page setup. So number of horizontal sheets 1, we will keep it A3 and we will reduce the margins to 0.5 inch and only we will keep the bottom 1 inch and it will be landscape. Then we will show header on all pages, current date, project name, and instead of Oracle we can change this one. So you can add many variables, activity code legend, bar legend. Let's add data date, then you click plus sign and we will delete this one. Also you can reduce the font, instead of 13 we will make it 10 and you can show the section borders. And for the footer, we will show it on last page only, and it will show the bar legend, line legend, and with the section borders. So save and draw. So if we go now to print preview, we'll show you how many pages now we have. We have 10 pages A3, but we can see now there is header here on each page, and on the last page we can see the bar legend and the line legend. So which one, non-driving, non-critical, critical, remaining work, baseline, and how many pages. But still we can improve maybe a little. Let's go back to the page setup, and if you want, for example, you can change it to letter size. And the spacing, you can reduce this one for 15, but it will be little more congested. So this is the letter size. So if we go to print preview, now it will be how many pages? 14. And you can see here, because in the bottom we put it 1 inch margin, so we can keep it 0.5 and we can utilize this space. And at the end you can see the footer. So why is this happening? Maybe we need to change the time scale, because at the end you can see some of the data is missing, and maybe in the beginning the same. So what we will do, we will click on options, and instead of letter we will keep it A3. We will go to time scale and we will show 1 month before the project start and 1 month after the project finish. So let's see how it looks now. Print preview. Now because it's A3, it will be only 8. You can see now it's already the data available. And if we go at the end, still here, we have some missing. So we can change this one. Also, it's 9 pages. So you can put, for example, in the time scale, we can put plus 3 months. It looks like this one at the end is taking a lot of space. But I think it's clear now how to change your layout, depend on what you need to show. So at the end, it's already saved because every time you are clicking save and draw. But if you want to make sure or save as, so this is like -1 and layout category, you can save it in global or project, for example, for a specific project, or I will put it on user and P6 visualizer tutorial 1, and it's saved now. So let's say if you want to open it again, you go to TSLD. If you want the same project, for example, you can use it for a different project. If you want the same project, you go to this one, you click on it, next. Then instead of creating new, open from existing, you go to user and P6 visualizer tutorial -1. Then you click on draw and it will show you the last thing we saw before.